Welcome, dear viewers. Here, we give you the latest, trusted, and reliable information. In Donald Trump's White House, telephones had been a valued commodity. The then president cherished to speak to everyone, stated a former White House aide. But before we continue, dear viewers, please, if you are new here, encourage us by subscribing to our channel and hit the notification bell so you will always be the first to get the latest updates. He took everybody's calls, the aide said, even interrupting countrywide safety briefings to make and get hold of calls. The cell phone was once his lifeline, in accordance to former Trump administration officials. And the ex-president's smartphone habits have ended up a trouble for January 6 investigators. That's due to the fact the House Choose Committee searching into the U.S. Capitol rise up has found an uncommon hole in Trump's authentic White House telephone log for a couple of hours, in accordance to sources acquainted with the House investigation from after he lowered back to the White House from speaking to his supporters at the Ellipse on January 6, 2021. Till he spoke by video to the kingdom from the Rose Garden. And it has received investigators searching somewhere else to different people's cell phone telephones and possibly even to Trump's very own mobile phone phones, though the committee has declined to take that uncomfortable step so far. The issue for the committee in monitoring down simply whom Trump spoke with and when is dealing with his unorthodox cell phone habits whilst in office. According to more than one sources previously in the administration, the ex-president regularly used different people's telephones or a couple of telephones of his own, every so often turned around in and out of use, to talk with his supporters and even family. One former staffer blamed the former president's dependency on an aversion to everybody listening to his calls, which, in the White House, is difficult for a president to keep away from if he calls from a desk phone. So he would, frequently, grasp the cell phone telephone of a close-by aide or even a Secret Service agent to make calls. Case in point, after the Stormy Daniels story broke in 2018, Trump was once on the Gulf direction attempting to attain his wife, Melania Trump, from his phone, and she did now not select up, in accordance to a supply with knowledge. So he grew to become a Secret Service agent and used the agent's cell phone to attempt to attain her instead. The first girl then picked up. According to this source, the agent was once now not thrilled his cell phone had been used this way. As CNN has reported, sources acquainted with the investigation have no longer drawn any conclusions about the massive hole in the smartphone archives at this point. Trump may additionally have determined no longer to make or get hold of calls, committee sources allow. There's additionally a hazard that the National Archives will discover greater archives on different people's telephones to give an explanation for the gaps. Multiple sources have informed CNN that former White House Deputy Chief of Body of Workers Dan Scavino used to be a frequent conduit for Trump's conversations, having a workplace in the outer oval within shouting distance of the president. One supply witnessed Scavino robotically handing his smartphone to Trump to take calls. The supply describes Scavino as the key to rather a lot everything, given how a lot time he spent with the then president. An legal professional for Scavino declined to comment. Scavino, in accordance to this source, had an reliable telephone and a private phone. He has been subpoenaed via the January 6 committee and is suing Verizon due to the fact of the committee's subpoena of his smartphone records. The lawsuit, nevertheless in its earliest stage, has briefly stopped the smartphone agency from giving logs of his calls and subscriber records to the House. That's all for now, dear viewers. Subscribe and stay connected.
Audio Jungle.